Hello everyone and welcome to Final 3 Braincells. I'm Gears Master. This is
NanoBunTV. Hi. And
Hi, I'm John.
And that is us, the cast of dipshits who do this all the time.
what do you mean all the time? This is only the third episode.
This is...
All the time.
Anyways, that intro is way better than John's last...
Shut the fuck up!
Look, I don't care that you were sick. Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Speaking of sick, but we'll get into that in a minute. We got a lot to talk about today. John, you were sick last episode. However, 2 episodes into the podcast, episode 2, this is episode 3. Episode 2, though, John does the intro because it's me, then John, then Gears, that rotation. And he called it the Last 3 Braincells Podcast, which is not what we are.
Shut it.
That's not what we are. We're not L3B.
My brain cell wasn't functioning that day.
It never is!
We lost a brain cell!
Shit, final 2 brain cells. This fucker's out. Hello, we're back. We are once again recording another episode of the podcast within VRChat. We're all hanging out on the couch here. There's a couple more props in the background now. There is a ping indicator over on the shelf over there because the ping indicator from the whole April Fool's ping incident from episode 1. And then there is a General Electric logo, but very shittily drawn in MS Paint over there on that shelf because of the contents of episode 2, where everything was made by General Electric.
Don't sue us.
Don't sue us.
I am now a General Electric robot.
That's a shitty drawn version of the logo. Okay, it's named General Electric.png. Okay, so you can't sue us.
We love your brand and we love you, so don't worry about it.
We hate your brand. Fuck you.
We especially love your guns.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, I love your guns that you make.
There's another special thing about tonight's episode is that it is 420. Hello, you are the color of weed. You are green, so let's go with that. Anyways.
Weed!
Just fucking disappears into the background.
Vanish.
Sorry, I've been smoked.
I should just have a permanent, smoke effect applied to the whole screen for today's episode. Yeah, we were getting high in here before the episode started.
No. I already got you.
Put the cigar away.
We
already got you.
We have a special guest Snoop Dogg here.
He's in the studio tonight. It's pretty awesome. All right. Let's go down the list. First of all, what's a good thing to start with tonight? Because we've got a lot of things. We're probably going to split this into 2 episodes
Gears
tonight.
My throat
Gears
hurts.
dying, right. So, last episode, John was sick, and he was lying in bed. If you didn't see last episode, you should especially go at least take a look at the visual on YouTube of just John lying in bed. He was lying in bed for episode 2.
John's balls on stream!
No, John's balls were cropped
My
out.
balls!
No, your balls were cropped
Wait, no.
out.
We got
Your
a
balls were
video!
cropped out.
We got him
Damn
on
it!
video!
They're not on video. They're not.
The people deserve the balls!
You get the balls reveal on episode 263. I don't know why that one specifically, but sure.
No, 269.
Shut up. But now
He's on to something.
John's feeling better.
Yeah.
But then Gears got COVID. He got the bovid. He positive tested for bovid. He
Positive tested for bovid after 4 days of thinking it was a cold.
Yeah, he finally got a test on the 4th day, and it's like, yeah, it is bovid. So
I told my provider of work, hey, I have bovid, and then they called me.
oh, we're going right into this. We're going right into this.
A joke became fulfilled.
So if anybody remembers, in episode 1, and I'll probably play the clip here in a moment. I'll play the clip in a moment. However, you're already dying laughing over there because you know. We made a joke. I don't even remember what the context was of the joke, but it was something about oh, you have a job that pays you. And then I go, no, you don't. And you're like, I don't. I'm like, no, yeah, you don't anymore. Not anymore. So that aged poorly. Gears, would you like to explain the call that you just got 2 days ago?
I don't have a job anymore. I have a physical job that actually pays me.
No, you don't.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
That one didn't age quite so well.
Well, actually, no. It's honestly a really... So the funny part is that the job that I was originally hired for was technically a temporary position no matter what. So they were planning on trying to make it into something that could be a part-time position, plus also adding on several other things. But then they decided, let's kind of rethink this and actually rethink of this entire division that we have that you're in. and they restructured it and optimized it, and then I was sitting in the corner being like, woo, and then all of a sudden they just grabbed me and chucked me out in the streets. Not in a violent way. I'm still able to get my shit, and they actually...
In the most violent way possible.
I was also provided with, like, other jobs that I could try and attend for that were of about the same positioning. Hell, there's actually this guy who is recently... He's, like, 70, and what he does is that he refurbishes cabinets and interiors. So, like, let's say that you're getting your house done, and all of a sudden one of the installers accidentally, like, drills a little too far while installing the hardware on your cabinet, and now there's a hole. He comes in, patches that shit up, and then paints it and makes it look clean. And that's all he does. That's his entire job, is to repair and patch things as people damage them in jobs. And he gets paid out the wazoo for this shit, and he's been looking for someone who will fucking take over this shit afterwards. He's 70, he wants to retire. He's at the age where he's like, I'm done with this shit. I don't want my god. That's too much. But no. So I'm planning on meeting up with them, and there's also some other jobs that I'm trying to get in position with, because I need to have a job to live where I am. Actually, I just need a job to live. If I don't have a job, I become smoke. I disappear in the weed.
This is a crazy theory. You need money.
Says NanoBunTV, who's lived without money for most of their life.
You suck. Anyways.
That's what the government wants you to think.
I'm gonna have a new job before you got a new job, okay? Now, because you're fired, and I start my job in, like, 9 days from now, so fuck you.
Excuse me, the porn industry pays well for male fucking actors.
So.
Are we all just in the mode of, like, getting a new job? Because I've also kind of been, like, on a little bit of a job hunt as well.
I see.
Yo, you guys want to job hunt together? You guys want to live in the same area so we can just do these podcasts for real?
Podcast house.
Okay, legit, like...
No.
Me and Nano's actually, like, talking about it. It was like, I feel like the two of us would actually, like, end up roommating with each other if it ever came down to that at some point.
It would be either you and I or me and Tara. Like, those are the only two options, really.
Gotcha.
So.
You want to come down to Oklahoma?
I don't want to go down to fucking Tornado Alley.
Look, I'm okay with being where I am currently because I'm like 3 hours from the Great Dane, which is pretty cool. I've never been there. This came up in conversation earlier that I'm like 3 hours from the Great Dane, which is the pub that the Great Pug is based off of.
Oh.
It's in Wisconsin, though.
Gotcha.
It's still in a different state, but I'm only like 3 hours from it. But it's still cross-state.
Do you remember, I'm also only 3 hours away from where you live.
So then you're 6 hours from... No, that's not how maps work.
I think I'm 3 hours from you as well.
Road trip!
Hang on, I'm Googling this.
No, honestly, what we need to do, you know what we need to really do, is that if we ever go to, like, TwitchCon, are we still doing this podcast, like, sometime in the future where there's, like, a Comic-Con?
Yeah, I
want to
do an IRL episode
and you guys
at some
are
point.
coming? Do you guys want to just get a hotel and fucking,
of course.
like, record an actual podcast video? And get, like, a banner and everything?
So, that's something that I know Chuckle Sandwich, which is the first podcast that I ever started listening to, and, you know, is where the audio listeners love you to death joke comes from, and then here's the photo of Ted Nivison over my face, where it says audio listeners love you to death. They do a Chuckle Week, like, once a year, where they do like, a week of IRL episodes, like 7 IRL episodes, which is pretty cool. You know, I'd love to do something like that. That sounds great.
I'm gonna say one thing. Cutting point. Did you just seriously give yourself a fucking little like little thing to say, or little thing, just a little pointer of where you're gonna just insert this shit later while you're editing this?
I already have been. Every single instance where we've ever said audio listeners in the past 2 episodes has had that image appear on screen already, and I haven't missed one yet.
Oh my god, that's awesome! Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
cut.
Anyways, what else?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm gonna be starting up a Fiverr so my voice acting shit can be more posted, so you guys can see me do weird shit with my throat.
Yeah.
On video.
On audio.
That has some implications.
No, that has a couple implications.
No, that reminds me of my favorite fucking TED Talk. We're literally... Okay, so his name is Tom Thumb. He's a beatboxer from fucking Australia, and how he introduces himself to like the thousands of people in the fucking audience is, I do weird things with my mouth. Do you want a demonstration? Puts mic into mouth.
No.
And then just starts going.
The punchline is
And he
pornography.
starts his beatbox like that. No, you gotta search it up. It's such a great fucking tutorial, like instance of beatboxing.
What website do I search this up on, Gears?
Porn. I'm kidding. YouTube.
We can't. So far, I think there's not been a single episode so far that hasn't mentioned Pornhub. So that's a reoccurring. Actually, no. I think episode 2
hell
doesn't.
yeah.
I think actually episode 2 doesn't mention it at all. I think.
No, episode 2
We
is
didn't-
General
we
Electric.
didn't
Yeah,
mention
episode 2 is General Electrics mainly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unless General Electric makes a vibrating dildo that rotates
Yeah.
and shoots things out of it. It's just 6 different dildos going in and out.
Which General Electric also made Pornhub.
General Electric made your penis. Wait, no, you don't have one. It's a female avatar. So
But General Electric did make Pornhub.
that's true. So yes, Gears is going to be making a Fiverr. There will be a link down in the description where you can hire him for voice acting things, and there will be some my God, there will be some examples down below as well as something that we're going to be doing now, which you guys would have probably already seen this if you went to the description in any episode. However, and if you're an audio listener, you'll just have to, go type this URL manually.
Yeah.
Heaven
Good
forbid.
luck.
Oh. So, but yeah, by the time episode 1 comes out, we're recording episode 3 right now, and episode 1 still comes out next week, so we'll have the website up and running by then. But that's what we're doing. Final 3 Braincells website, F3B Podcast.com. There will also be a link below.
Buy my bussy.
Nope. That'll link to all of the things that I do, all the things that John does, all the things that Gears does, which is just the Fiverr stuff. You'll be able to find all of that at the one website below, so there's not going to be a bunch of links there.
You could also find Gears' pussy there as well, couldn't you? Because there'll be
Yeah.
links there.
Yeah.
What? I
Don't
guess
you know about my
Gears Pussy's gonna be-
OnlyFans?
My fans only.
What?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Fans only.
Fans
damn it.
only.
Anyways, go check out F3Bpodcast.com, and you can find all the things that we do, as well as probably more information about the podcast itself and blah, blah. I don't know what it's actually going to have yet. By the time you guys are seeing this episode, the website has been out for like 4 weeks now. But as I'm saying it right now, only the domain is purchased. But go check it out. That's pretty cool. So yeah, you're doing the Fiverr things, the website. That's all pretty neat. What else? What else happened this week? Oh yeah, the thing we were just doing right before recording this episode. So, VRChat. If you're not super into VRChat, then this whole topic. Stop dying over there. More editing work for me. I'm gonna have to edit your coughs out.
We know you have COVID. Chill the fuck out.
We get it. We get it. Everybody gets
just
it.
getting
You're
out of
sick.
it.
Man, you're sick. We get it.
You know what?
Let's make this impossible for Nano to edit out the coughs now.
No. If you're not super into VRChat, this topic might not be super interesting to you. However, VRChat, worlds. I've done some world building stuff before. I've done some world development. Previously, I've worked on a couple things such as repurposing the assets from SCP Secret Lab into a containment breach style horror map for VRChat. That was a lot of fun. I also made this cozy 90s bar, which is just a really nice place to hang out. And then I've also there's a lot of duality. I went from making a horror map to making a cozy bar world to chill out, and then there's a bunch of little worlds in between here and there. And then the most recent project, which just finally released, is miniature Mario Kart tracks, which you can drive around RC cars on in VR. Everyone's pretty tall, and you've got an RC controller in your hand, and it's got a little camera strapped to it, and you can see the little preview of the RC car driving around. It's pretty fun. I've been working on this for quite a while. The first time I started working on it was mid to late 2021, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, so that project kind of just got left for dead. Back late 2021, I just kind of abandoned it because I was having a lot
Gears
of
coughed.
Gears cough. Counter. Late 2021, I was having severe network issues with it, so I just scrapped the project for a while. And then about I want to say 7 months ago. It's been 7 months already. Like 7, maybe almost 8 months ago now, I decided to pick it back up. I kind of made a new Unity project. I reused a little bit of code and a little bit of assets I already had made, but also wrote a bunch of new code, and the finished product is pretty fun. It's quite jank, it's quite scuffed, but that makes it really fun in the end. It actually wasn't that scuffed when we were testing it tonight. When I was testing it before, it was even more scuffed. There's still issues sometimes where your car will end up in the void, which sucks.
I think whenever we tested it, I definitely broke a few things.
Yeah, but about as much as I can fix, realistically, with my set of skills has been fixed, and it's a pretty fun world. If you ever want to check it out, it's called Mario Kart RCM, Remote Controlled Madness, RCM, or you can just search up my profile on VRChat and find it somewhere.
Remote Controlled MILFs.
Yeah, something like that. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see how long it takes for Big Nintendo to come and wham! But we'll see what happens. For now, everybody gets to have fun with that quote-unquote little project I was working on. It's not little. It made me want to pull my fucking hair out.
They've got the sniper rifle ready to fucking take you out.
No, please.
Nintendo's fucking ready to take you down.
No, I really like Pikmin 4, and I'm gonna buy the 1,000-year door.
1,000-year door, 1,000-year door, 1,000-year door, 1,000-year door, 1,000-year door, 1,000-year door.
But yeah, I'm not too worried about getting like DMCA'd or anything. It's whatever. Everyone gets to experience this fun thing I worked on for now. This was really fun to work on, but at the same time, holy fuck was it annoying to work on. But it's just an idea that I had so many years ago, and it's cool to finally have it done. And it's just one less thing I have to deal with because, you know, my job starts next week. So it's like, okay, it's one thing now checked off the list of just like things I feel like are looming over. It's pretty cool. So that's that. Pretty happy with the end result. I thought there'd be more to talk about with that. I mean, it's mini Mario Kart. There's not much else.
It's mini Mario Kart.
Yeah, there's not much else.
How more can you explain Mario Kart? Everyone knows it. If you hadn't heard of Mario Kart, what the hell are you doing?
There is one thing I wanted to talk about. So in episode 2, we were talking a lot about VR headsets, our recommendations, and just talking a bunch about the Apple Vision Pro, a little bit about Pimax stuff, quite a bit about the big screen beyond. What was our general consensus? Like, if you got a bunch of money to blow, get a big screen beyond, or if you don't, get a Quest 3.
Yes.
Yeah. So, interesting thing, because the big screen beyond is only a headset, and it's $1,000 headset. You also need 2 controllers and 1 or preferably 2 base stations, which everyone just gets the Valve Index controllers and Valve Index base stations, which will run you like $500 for both controllers and both base stations. Combined with the headset, that's like $1,500. Very interesting thing has happened with the Index. I don't think I've told either of you this. I heard this from Bradley. And we're currently recording this on the 20th. I heard this a couple days ago. Recording this on April 20th, and I heard about this a couple days ago. By the time you guys are hearing about this, it's probably going to be like 3 weeks later, so the later as time goes on, this information is going to probably be more important. Can't really recommend debatable whether or not I can recommend the Index anymore, because this is either an incentive to get it now, or to not get it. Because the Index is no longer in production. Production has halted.
Oh no.
Yeah, production has halted, which was very interesting. I heard this from Bradley on a live stream a couple days ago. I didn't watch the full live stream. I just skipped to that specific part. He kind of dropped it pretty casually, and I'm like, it stopped production? Excuse me?
This is not something to say.
That doesn't mean it's going to sell out anytime soon. That doesn't mean they're going to run out of stock. We have no idea what their stock is going to be like, but is no longer being produced. If they are actually looking towards releasing a headset, which we still have no fucking idea, and it's just gonna get dropped on us, just like how Half-Life Alyx was just dropped out of nowhere. They're like, tomorrow we're announcing tomorrow we're showing the trailer of the next installment in the Half-Life series, and everyone's like, what? So Valve's just gonna pull
Gabe Newell just sitting in the fucking corner.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell.
Well, yeah, they did the same thing with the Steam Deck. So
they did the same thing with the Steam Deck. They did the same thing with the Index, probably. I think maybe do that. I don't know, but they probably will with whatever the Deckard or the Index 2 or the Deckard or whatever the hell you want to call it is going to be. So the question is, the topic is it good to? Is it like, oh, you should get it? Index controllers and base stations now for your big screen beyond, or should you get an Index or a full Index kit now, or should you wait and see if another thing is coming out? We have no idea. I want to lean a lot more towards they are releasing a new thing, But this is Valve, and you can't fucking predict anything with them. Maybe they want to exit the VR space a little bit. Maybe they just want to work on only the software side. Maybe they only want to do Steam VR. Maybe they want to do Steam VR and not actual VR hardware. But it'd be a damn shame, because their VR hardware has been amazing, and they've been doing patents. So, like, given the patents and stuff, it would feel weird to not do it. So I'm leaning more towards Deckard, whatever the hell next VR is maybe soon, but we've got no idea.
Editing Nano in the bottom corner. If they, between now and the release of this episode, if they announce something, just throw that image on with just a really funny sound effect.
Oh my god, that would be crazy if it happened.
I mean, by the time this episode comes out, I think a lot of my animation portfolio is going to be pretty much public at this point, because I've done a ton of stuff.
There's water in that.
What? Good job. Were you about to knock over a bottle full of water, dipshit?
It's got a screw on cap. It's just, I had the other bottle right here that I had that was full of water, and it was empty, so I flipped it and it hit my controller, and I'm like, oh my
god.
And then I was like, I saw the other one, because I was just about to, and then I saw the bottle over there. So, you know what I do? I just grab it and throw it off the couch like a cat, and then all of a sudden I hear water. I'm like, wait a minute, I need that!
Yeah, you kind of do need a little bit of water to survive in life. I'm no expert, however, but I do believe that you need a little bit of it. But take a rain check on that, because I don't know for sure. The amount of times that I've had to explain rain check recently, people not knowing what the fuck a rain check is. It's well, of course, Lucy didn't know, and I think my friend Ultra didn't know. I hope I'm remembering correctly. Otherwise, this might be lies and slander. And then there was someone else. What?
Would you rain check?
Are you being serious with me?
No, I'm not being serious with you.
Okay. Have I not explained it to you before?
No, I know what a rain check is.
Okay, good. For those of you who don't know at home, a rain check, here, let me look up the definition. A rain check is a phrase that can have different meanings depending on the context. It can okay. Shut up! This is bullshit. This is why I don't use the search bar on Windows, because it searches Bing. Fuck Bing. Fuck Bing. So it used to be, it's one of those many terms that had a meaning at one point and then now doesn't, which is, it was a ticket given to spectators at U.S. sporting events, enabling them to claim a refund of their entrance money or gain admission on another occasion if the event is canceled because of rain. So pretty much it's like, come back at this time because we're not doing this today because of rain. It's a rain check.
Rain check.
As in like a check, like the bank, like the bank thing, like the money related thing, like that kind of check. Not like we're checking for rain or something like that. Anyways.
We're not checking your prostate.
Yeah, of course. So, wait, what? Anyways, there's a lot of things like that. One that I learned recently that was pretty cool to learn about is, of things that once had a meaning and then now we just use as a term and we kind of forgot what the meaning was, myself included, is the development version or the pre-release or the beta or whatever version of a software may sometimes be called the canary version.
Yeah.
Canary is a type of bird. It's a little yellow bird. I learned why development versions of software are called canary versions is because coal workers, like people went into the mines. They used to take a canary.
General Electric workers.
The General Electric workers. They used to take their General Electric branded canary, which was fucking like stamped with the GE logo, with the shittily drawn one over there. They would take the canary into the mines with them, and if the canary died, that means that the air quality was way too poor in there, and that they needed to get the fuck out. Because the canary would die before you would die due to the air poisoning.
Do you mean a canary?
Canary, whatever. What pronunciation? Canary, yes.
Aluminum.
I knew I was saying it wrong. I just... Shut up, okay? Try my best. Final 3 brain cells, okay? Look, you know what we got ourselves into, dipshit.
I know.
So
the canaries were also made by General Electric.
Yeah, they were made by General Electric. But yeah, they would bring the canaries into the mines with them, and if it would die, then the air quality's too bad. So, they're the test. They're the test to see if they die, then you got to get the fuck out of the mines, because you're gonna die afterwards. Yeah. And that's why the test versions of software is called the canary version. And I also learned that a little tidbit as well is that the miners used to eventually they got like really sad about the birds dying, so they would bring them in a little glass box, and they would, if they saw the bird was slowly starting to die, they would close it so it wasn't open to the air of the cave anymore, and they would turn a little valve that gave the bird some oxygen from a little mini oxygen tank on the side of the box. So it would let the bird breathe, and then they still got the information that the air quality there is not good. The bird was starting to die, so I'm going to bring this guy with me. I'm also going to get the hell out of there, and then everybody wins. So that was pretty cute to learn.
Canary lives matter.
Canary lives matter. Also an interesting thing, the canary version of Discord is yellow. It's like pretty much the shade of canary birds, which is a nice little subtle thing. Yeah, because I have both copies of Discord installed. Don't ask why. And the canary one here is a nice like golden color. It looks really good, honestly. And that's why it's that color. So that's a little, I guess, history lesson, but also just like, hey, here's a term that exists, but like we forgot what the meaning was. Think about it. Why do we rewind digital video anymore? We're not winding the tape backwards. We're not on tapes anymore. We're digitally going backwards. We're not digitally rewinding the tape.
We're traveling back in time.
That reminds me of the joke for you losing your job. How I was like, Marty, we gotta go back. We gotta prevent you from making that joke. There's major repercussions in episode 3. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand. But I can't tell you what would happen. But it's something relating to a job, and you can't make the job joke. You can't do it. Major repercussions of the sequel. Back to the Future Part 3. Love those movies. We should talk about movies at some point. Any good movies lately? Good movies. What was the last new movie that anyone's seen here?
Ghostbusters. Oh my God, Frozen Empire was awesome.
I forgot they made one. The last Ghostbusters I watched was the one with the women. That one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the last one I watched too.
As an avid Ghostbusters fan who's been watching Ghostbusters since they were 6 and had most of the Ghostbusters films, movies, and like little TV parts. I didn't watch much of the TV parts. I did watch a little bit of what is it called? I don't know. It wasn't as good. I didn't like it. The 2016 movie with the women.
Yeah, with the women.
Controversial take.
I hated it.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
You had all 3.
What was that?
That was your leg.
My leg? Or, I don't know.
That was your leg. Your leg tracking went wonky and just kicked him in the nuts.
My left tracker does not like me at all. I need some tundra trackers.
Bad.
Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna swap feet now. We're going to swap feet now because it clearly doesn't like me. So, as you were saying with the Ghostbusters, you look like you've seen a ghost. Pipe down. What about Ghostbusters?
Your fucking leg!
Shut the fuck up.
I'll give you something to scream about.
Oh yeah, it's a penis.
Audio listeners, love you to death. He's pulling his cock out!
No, so I didn't like the thing. They actually had all, like, oh my God, they had Ernie Hudson, fucking Bill Murray, and Dan Aykroyd. Had all of them there. They even had, I forget what her actor's name is. What are we doing again?
The gears are turning in his head.
You got this. You got this.
So they had like most of the original cast from the last 2 movies, as in Ghostbusters 1 and 2, the ones we love. Mostly Ghostbusters 1, but Ghostbusters 2 was also pretty damn good. They had most of the original cast except for one, and that was because that one died, and we all love Egon Spengler.
Very sad, very sad.
F in the chat. Bill Murray was the only one who actually got really a good presenting role, and he was a fucking anti-ghost conspiracy dude.
What? That sounds like...
Then they also had Ernie Hudson. He was a fucking guy in a suit driving a vehicle. He never even stepped out of the vehicle from what I remember, but if I'm wrong, type in the comments. No, like all of them got like basically background character roles. Yeah, they're only there just to say, we have them.
Hey, that does numbers in the box office, though. If you just say, we have them. There goes the graph.
Yo, guys, just doing numbers.
Fucking Ghostbusters Afterlife came out. That, I liked it. I liked it a lot. The CGI, and a little bit. Everything else, Well, actually, the Ghostbusters Afterlife CGI was still better than fucking Ghostbusters.
Why have we've been going backwards with CGI for quite a little while, if anyone's noticed. We got to a point and then we started going backwards again.
Well, the reasoning why is because now we're still making animated movies. Well, we're still making live action movies, but they're actually animated movies. Like the whole fucking what was it? Most of the live action Disney remakes are just, let's put an HD filter on our old animation, and then make it 3D as well.
Make it 3D and make it horrible.
I see.
Lion King.
I mean, there's some good mocap, but mocap doesn't always work. It's not always your fucking solution. I'm about to go off on such a tangent right now. I'm about to go off on the biggest tangent. Oh, you should have clicked on this video. You got me going now.
Hold on to your seats. We're going downhill.
Hold on to your butts.
I'm on a fucking roller coaster.
I'm gonna go back on that mocap whenever I finish up my Ghostbusters tangent. Ghostbusters Afterlife animation was great. They brought back Egon Spengler digitally, but did it in such a way that it's kind of like how your intros work, where you didn't need the best sounding voice. You just needed something. It doesn't matter how many artifacts or like how the audio sounded or anything like that. Just you needed something because you're gonna already throw it through a fucking blender and see what the fuck comes out. Basically they did the same thing. So they took a digital remake of Egon Spengler from the original movies, maybe aged him up just a tiny bit, and then fucking threw it through a blender filter and got back Ghost Egon Spengler for anybody. Sorry for anybody who has not watched Ghostbusters Afterlife, but it's also been 3 years.
I think we're okay with spoilers. Spoiler alert. Iron Man dies. Whoa.
Who shot Han Solo? So then Ghostbusters Frozen Empire was a continuation from the original where it's super great. I'm not being sarcastic. I actually loved the movie. I went to go see it in an actual theater. That's how much I loved it. I literally went to go see it. I fucking love. Okay, Ghostbusters. Again, I've been watching it for so fucking long. I've been kept up with the lore for so fucking long. I've been kept up with everything. The only thing I've been watching is the main two movies, which I got hooked on as a fucking child. Even though I was a scared little bitch back then. I still am. I can't watch anything that's like ghost and spooky. But I could watch Ghostbusters like it's nothing.
Jump scare.
I can't hardly get through Casper and the Friendly Ghost. I can't get through it. It's too much, man.
No, his erect cock scares me.
What? Where? Where? Put on my binoculars. What? It's too tiny.
We need a
telescope.
Anyways.
So you're gonna need the electron microscope to see this shit?
Yeah, of course.
Watch Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, because that shit is fucking, golden. From a person who loves Ghostbusters just in general, I actually loved Ghostbusters Frozen Empire and Afterlife. But if you're also a critic who likes to critique movies, you're probably not gonna like it.
Yeah, a lot of movies are like that lately.
Just watch the goddamn movie and stop critiquing shit. Just enjoy it. That's all. That's all you have to do.
I initiated this by saying, has anyone seen any good movies lately? Can we both talk about movies, and then you could go on your tangent?
Can we have an entire episode of just Gears ranting about movies and stuff?
Yeah.
They landed on the moon.
It was fake. Okay, John. Any movies lately?
I mean, the last two movies that I at least remember seeing just off of the top of my head, not too long ago I finally got around to watching John Wick 4. Because I had rented it off of YouTube to watch it.
I thought it was pretty good.
I still need to watch it.
It's really good.
It's pretty good.
Spoiler alert, John Wick kills a lot of people.
Yeah. Wow. Let's not spoil what happens at the very end, because honestly, there's probably a lot of people who haven't seen it, but you should go watch it. We're actually not going to spoil the end of that part. But it's a really good movie.
Go watch John Wick 4 if you haven't.
Go rewatch the whole series. I've only ever seen bits and pieces of 1, 2, and 3, so I actually, around when 4 came out, right before it was about to come out, I went and watched 1, 2, 3, and then 4 came out, and I watched 4, and it was really fun to watch all 4 of those.
Yeah. My opinion of the John Wick films is that I still really enjoy 2, 3, and 4, but I feel if you just watch John Wick 1 and that's it, I don't necessarily think you're missing out on a ton. With John Wick, the first John Wick, that is an entire story in of its own. from start to finish that is just perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
One is definitely the best, and then 2, 3, and 4.
Masterclass.
1 is the best, and then 2, 3, and 4 are only slightly below it, and they're all equal too.
Yeah.
They're all great. They're all equal.
Slightly
They're
below
just
it, but
slightly below. But they're still all great movies to watch. They're also movies where you don't have to think too much. It's, pretty obvious what's going on. It's a nice movie to just go watch with someone or put on the background or really anything. I think it's a really fun watch.
Okay, Nano, any good movies you've watched?
Lately, the most recent movie I've watched was one that came out at Christmas. It's now April. Well, the most recent one that I hadn't seen before, which was Wonka, which was really fun to watch. I watched it with Lucy, and then I forgot, 30 minutes into getting dragged into that, I remembered, shit, I was supposed to watch this with my family in like 3 days from now. So then I went to go watch with my family in theaters. That was a lot more fun. Also, my parents were cracking up due to how funny Keegan-Michael Key is. The guy who plays Toad, the comedian. He was really funny in Wonka. It was a really good movie. I'm kind of glad that the Tim Burton stuff was kind of thrown out the window, and this is more so a prequel. It seems like a more slightly alternative universe, but still quite definitely, if you stretch a few things here and there, could definitely still be considered a prequel to the 1980s movie of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
It's still a bit iffy, though. I think just in of itself, it's a really fun movie. There's also quite a few references. I was able to point out like every single reference from the original 1980s movie, which is really cute. Who would have thought? I like Wonka stuff. Hi, I'm wearing a fucking top hat right now. Hello. I had Charlie.
If you want to talk about more Willy Wonka stuff, Low Poly Bunny's the girl to go to. She also knows a ton of stuff about it. She also made a Chocolate Factory world here in VRChat as well.
Right. I think I've been to it.
So definitely shout out Polly. Shout out Low Poly.
Really fun movie, though. I think the last movie before Wonka that I watched, by the way, if anyone hasn't seen it, actually go watch it. It's just a fun movie to watch. If you go in with no expectations, I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised. And what's the actor's name? What's the main actor's name?
The last movie that I watched in theaters was like eons ago. Was One Piece film Red, and I definitely really enjoyed that film. I ended up watching that with my mom and dad, in which I'm now slowly turning my parents into One Piece fans.
I want to point out, I looked up Timothée Chalamet, and I immediately find a blanket with just a bunch of a collage of photos of his face, and I also find a throw pillow that's just a collage of photos of his face, because he's kind of really a really dreamy, nice looking guy.
He hot.
Yeah, he is.
He hot.
Like he really
I
is.
want him inside me.
Apparently, my hair at the time when I went to go see it in theaters was quite similar to his, actually. So everyone in my family was saying, you kind of look like him. I've cut it a bit since then, but it's gonna grow to that extent again soon. Fun movie, though. The most recent movie since then that I had watched was I seriously think the gap was that big that the last movie I watched before then was Oppenheimer, which amazing movie. That is not a movie you can turn off your brain to.
I still need to watch it.
It is a 3-hour movie that you gotta pay attention. It is not something that you can be sleepy for. It is not something that you gotta pay attention to it. But if you pay attention to it, it does feel very fulfilling at the end because it has the two merging in timelines. It's got one timeline of forward events of the development of the bomb, and then it will switch back and forth to black and white, a second timeline that is the events after the bomb, and then they kind of converge in the middle in the finale, and it's a really interesting, but at first it's really confusing what's going on. I kind of wish I knew that at the start. There's one thing with that movie is I wish that I knew about the whole 2 separate timelines things going on at the same time that are swapping back and forth between, because it took me an hour of the 3 hours to get that through my head, and I'm like, oh, that's what's happening. Now I can enjoy this a bit more. But really good movie. Seriously, I would recommend everyone go watch it if you somehow haven't.
Did you watch it in theaters whenever it came out?
I watched it I did not watch it in theaters.
If you watched it in theaters, I was going to ask it if the next movie that you watch immediately after that was Barbie.
I don't give a...
Barbie Oppenheimer.
Oh, come on.
Barbenheimer. No,
come on.
I don't care. I don't care about Barbenheimer. I don't care about Barbenheimer. Just the Oppenheimer portion.
I just like the cosmic comedy of Barbie coming out at the same time as Oppenheimer. Just two very different toned films.
Random nano thought. Did you know the L on Luigi's hat stands for Luigi.
Yes.
Okay, good. Anyways, Gears, you can go on your tangent now. Hold on, you're green colored. You're kind of like Luigi. Kill me.
Snap your neck whenever I see you.
Please do.
I crave death. All right, Girish, you
Go
have
ahead.
10 minutes to go on your movie rant.
Oh, this isn't a movie rant. This is now about a game. It starts with a fantabulous game from early 2000s, Halo.
Oh boy.
Nano, you're in the way. Get out of it.
Okay.
John 117. Pretty cool game. Built early, pretty nice graphics, and then you can come back up here.
Okay, fine. I'm just behind the couch. Audio listeners love you to death. I was behind the couch dancing, waving back and forth.
And then Sabriant kind of came in. John, have you played the fucking have you played the remastered version of it?
Oh, I'm going to make some people mad. I've not played a single Halo game.
John, I'm gonna kill you. Come over here.
Hey, look, I used to be there, and then like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I finally played Reach with some friends, and it was pretty cool. Look, here's the thing that I think I learned with Halo. It's either I'm not that interested in it, or you had to grow up with it. I think that's what I gathered from playing it. Because, like...
You really did.
So, here's the issue. John and I were Nintendo kids growing up.
Let me go ahead and take this a step further for this in my territory, and this is going to make a lot of people mad. I have a game collection that consists of every Nintendo console, and quite a few of the handhelds. I don't have all the handhelds yet, but I do have the good majority. I think there's like a few handhelds I'm missing.
Including the Virtual Boy!
The Virtual Boy. And 5 GameCubes.
Which the Virtual Boy is considered a portable console. Good God. But yeah, I have all the Nintendo consoles, the majority of the Nintendo handhelds. I have a PlayStation 1, 2, 3. I don't have a 4. I used to have a 4, but I also have the PlayStation 5. And I have a few other oddball consoles out there. I have the Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, and Atari 2600. I do not own a single Xbox console.
Okay, so here's the thing about owning the originals is that, so whenever you're playing, like let's say you're a really big Halo fan, the PC fucking one that they have from the Master Chief's collection is not the same as the Xbox one. There's some slight tweaks to it. If you get the original, it plays just fine. And even then, sometimes that matters. But whenever you're playing on the PC, it's not exactly the same. But let's get back to it. So, Sabriant kind of got their hands on the whole fucking, like, thing. If you've ever seen it, it was, okay. One of the guys I usually watch whenever it comes down this kind of shit is Noodle. If you ever get the chance to watch him, he's funny. Basically, it is masterclass and fucking, what is it called? Whenever you're making a game and you change how the lighting and the colors are in the background to convey a tone or a feeling.
I mean, yeah, I don't know the term for it. I know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to think about it. It's atmosphere.
Don't worry about the terms. Okay, yeah.
It's masterclass in conveying very, like, just great atmosphere. If you've never played Halo and you want to play it and you don't care about it being, like, shit graphics and kind of bad sound quality, but in the Master Chief Collection, you can actually change it where you can have it where you have the new audio, but you don't have the shit graphics that comes with fucking Sabriant, which it's not really the... They're actually kind of nice, but they don't stay true to the originals at all. They just don't. It looks like I think Halo 3 would be the best one to kind of convey it to, but even then, took everything that was really lovely about like the colors and like how it conveyed certain things and the darkness of all the levels, and just said, let's put a fucking gamma filter. And like a high gamma on it, and let's also change all of it to be brown.
Shit,
like a piss filter, like an early 2000s piss filter on games.
The Mexico filter, the Breaking Bad Mexico filter, or just the any TV show or movie Mexico filter. That one.
Yeah. Let's just go with that. If you didn't know the setting of Halo and you've always wanted to, basically you're set on an alien ring, which is constructed by these old-ass bitches before they decided to nuke themselves out of existence because of an ancient organism that decides that it wants to become a parasite and conquer the entire galaxy. And to keep that from happening, they decided to destroy all sentient life in the galaxy to save all of them, wait thousands of years for the alien organism that's ancient, that's also a parasite, to die out, and then resettle the entire galaxy.
Huh.
Not fucking with you. It's literally just a Noah's Ark.
Huh.
It's literally a Noah's Ark, which is funny because I actually debated with my grandma about that for like 3 hours.
I see.
Telling her the entire lore of Halo just to get my cousins out of fucking choir practice.
You do what needs to be done.
It is a great game. You should try it, Nano.
I probably will at some point. Look, I'll put it on the massive list of things I need to play at some point. Like, for example, Mother 3, because that was released 18 years ago today for the Game Boy Advance, and it has never been localized for Western audiences. Yeah. Still. No Mother. Yeah. Reggie Mother 3 win. Reggie Mother 3 win.
Reggie's not even on Nintendo anymore.
I know he's not on Nintendo anymore, but he still tweets about it every single year. I bet we'll get a Reggie tweet about it today.
Including making several errors and issues, like, I don't know. So, you know how, like, does anyone here know about 3D game design at all?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, you know about geometry and all that kind of shit? They decided to host, instead of trying to remake the entire game by scratch, like how most remasters do, they literally took all of the old graphics and models and stuff like that and run it on the old geometry. They took all the new graphics that they made and ran it on the old geometry. Throughout the entire game, there is a tree that you'll aim up your sniper for a shot and then fire and you hit a wall, because once you go back to the old graphics, the tree was thicker. Grenades will bounce off of walls that don't exist because guess what? It was bigger then. There is an entire level where you are able to walk through a wall because in the old game, there was a place with ammo in it, and they decided to wall it off and pretend it never happened. And my best part is, so you know how whenever you're designing a game and you try and make it like, you're trying to make a certain way that it should look. So whenever you're doing like a cutscene, the character should move in such a way. Most of the characters got a mocap treatment, except for one character, and this pisses me the fuck off. Well, actually, most of them are just really terrible in general. Cortana didn't get the mocap treatment. Her old like running program that like for her animation, they took the old model, threw it out, and put in a new model that looks like it's from Halo 3, and then changed the view of where it was, and then never touched it again. It looks so broken. It looks so fucking broken. She like, yeah, no, it was fucking broken. And then the mocap treatment for most of the other guys. So, thing about mocap, whatever the guy says in the booth can't always be correlated to how the guy acts. So you'll get people who will gratuitously overact, even though it was just a normal sentence. Like, if I were to go, "Hi there, how's it going?" and like shrug my shoulders like really big to kind of like say I'm talking, or like,
this is a really nice sandwich.
Exactly. That's a gratuitously overacted scene. You just needed to stay in still and then maybe do some hand gestures with it as well. But no, for most of the people who were doing the mocap and that fucking in that, probably either A, were very new, or people who were directing them were very new at doing mocap. Which was mocap really new back in like 2006?
No, because they had been.
It was fairly new.
One example, they used it for the Polar Express, and that was before 2006.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fucking things that were just overacted, and it looked bad. It looked really bad. And then, do you remember that botched gamma slider from earlier? Oh, it's bad. The only time you'll ever use your fucking flashlight in the entire game, if you're on the new graphics and new stuff, is in the tutorial level of the flashlight. And then everything else looks like it was, I quote, well, from Noodle, filmed in the fucking studio, including the night levels, which are supposed to be pitch black. And again, I'm probably going to be quoting more. It is more tactically beneficial to fucking go to the new graphics instead of staying into The old ones. But then also it looks terrible,
Oh,
and like it's so
God.
hard to fucking get enemies. Like it's hard to locate enemies because they designed the enemies to be super really really bright and not blend in with the background. But then as soon as they went to the new, like as soon as they were designing the new stuff, they made them blend really like way too well into the background. Halo's a great game. I love it. And Sabrent, you actually did well in Halo 2. Halo 2's remaster is fucking beautiful. And the mocap is also awesome. Halo Reach, your game? The game you did?
I still don't know much about most of this.
And that's all the time we have.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I remember all the game that I played. All of it.
All of that is mocap.
Ooh, damn. That's actually kind of interesting. Okay.
Yeah, most of that is fucking mocap.
But
like,
what about facial capture or just motion capture?
dude, most of them had helmets.
Right. But there was face cutscenes. There was face stuff going on. There was face things.
What about the facial capture? They're all in helmets.
Random nano side tangent. Go. Very important because today is don't you, Charlie bit my finger. So anyone remember that one? Jesus Christ. So
I remember that.
I remember.
We got
So,
whiplash.
Random bullshit nano ADHD moment. Go. Today's Hitler's birthday.
That's all the time we have for this episode.
His art sucked ass.
His art sucked ass, and his heart sucked ass. Yes, his heart did suck ass, because not only was it bad, it's not working
heart?
anymore. You said heart by accident, and then you said heart. But yeah, his heart no working
Gears,
no
do
more.
the thing. Get us out of this
His
episode.
his art sucked ass.
Gears. Gears,
Get us out of this episode.
no, hold on.
There was one last thing before my train of thought was broken.
Yeah, do that. What was the one last thing? You were
The one you played, mocap treatment, blah blah blah. Oh no. No, it's all the time we've got. This is Gears Master, and I'm calling this off.
Wait, don't do the thing yet. Don't do the outro thing yet. Don't say the thing. Okay, you're not allowed to say it yet. You gotta give me a second here. This was a fun episode. Hope you all enjoyed episode 3 of the Final 3 Braincells podcast. Once again, if you want to find any of the cool things that I do, all the streaming stuff, all the 3D print stuff, any of the comic stuff or game stuff John does, or any of the voice acting stuff that Gears does, you can find all of it at...
I animate as well.
I said animate. I said comic.
You said game
I
stuff.
said comic. If you want to find all of that, go to F3B Podcast.com. The letter F, the number 3, the letter B, and podcast.com. Pretty simple. And there's also links below if you're on YouTube.
You can also find us on formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, there's a Twitter which is linked to on the website. There's all of our personal accounts which is linked to on the website. Just go to the one website and you can find everything else from there. But yeah, and if you're listening to this on any podcast platform, once again, you can listen to this on any of your favorite platforms, even on YouTube, where there is a whole visual. There's the visual of us sitting here on the couch hanging out. Unless you're not into watching podcasts on YouTube, which, fair enough. But yeah, thank you so much for being here.
dare you.
Gears, get us out of here. Get us the fuck out of here.
Oh.
That you're in the wrong spot. You messed
Wrong
up
spot,
the
wrong
bit
spot.
that you were trying to do.
I did. I got this. I can do this again. I believe in myself. I believe in
I
myself.
don't think you lined it up correctly. You fucked it up again. He's trying to teleport, audio listeners. He's trying to teleport into the camera. It's not working. Anyways, get us out of here.
I have titties, and these are boobies.
Get us out of here.
Outro.
Yes.